Hi there smartphone fans, welcome back for another honest hands-on review. And if you're looking for that next gen 18x9 full screen budget phone with great battery life, I might have the best solution for you right now. Welcome to my Oukitel K5000 honest in-depth review. Looking at phones below $500, one can't be expecting too much. And Oukitel are a company that I review most of their devices because they have their own factory and usually deliver very high quality, very durable and sure to work and not to fall apart devices in the next 6 months or so. So that's why I'm always indulging in the new phones, and I love that they're always catering to the users who want big batteries, because let's face it, who doesn't want more battery life? And the K5000 is stepping up to the next gen with that full screen display, 18:9 aspect ratio, again a 5000 mAh battery, dual SIM, Octa-Core phone, 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of onboard storage, USB Type-C, and all of this below $150. This is a very nice looking phone with lots of neat features like the front facing flash. It doesn't have a headphone jack, but it packs the USB Type-C to a 3.5mm headphone jack. The fast charging brick inside allows the huge 5000 mAh battery to be charged in full in just over 2 hours, which is very good. And if you're wondering, yes, the K5000 does deliver very good battery life, but I'll get to that a bit later. Now let's take a good look at the phone. Yes, it's made of plastic, but it's a very high grade plastic, and the back is rounded, makes great for one-hand usage. The USB Type-C cable is a bit longer than the standard one, so you might have to use only that. The phone weighs around 220 grams, which is definitely not light, but this is to accommodate the 5000 mAh huge battery inside. The display is the crown jewel of the phone. The 18:9 HD Plus display is really nice. The phone, as I said, is dual SIM, and I had absolutely no problem just popping in my SIM cards, and it automatically switches to 4G without any issues. The phone does support a lot of LTE bands, but not all of them. It does support band 1, 3, 7, 8 and band 20, so this means it will work in Canada, some parts in the USA, everywhere in Europe and in Asia. And now let's take a detailed look at the phone. As I already said, it's an MT6750T Octa-Core chip, 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of onboard storage, real 5000 mAh battery, and it does also have a 13 megapixel main camera and a 16 megapixel front camera. So the front camera is actually better than the main camera. It does have a gyroscope and magnetic sensor or compass. And as I said previously, the display is really the crown jewel here. This is we're talking about. It's HD Plus, which is still a fine resolution for me at this budget price point, but the display is actually very top quality. Very good, very high contrast, very accurate colors, nothing over punchy. It does support mirror vision with a blue light filter and dynamic contrast, and you can fine tune the text size as well. Said the 64 GB of onboard storage and 4 GB of RAM are more than most manufacturers offer at this price point, and this is by far one of the best multi-language ROMs I've seen, because it literally supports every language and every country I've ever seen. So very nice phone to import if you're looking for something to work in your language. It is running Android Nougat with the October security patch, and as any Android Nougat phone, it does support split screen multitasking, and actually the phone was pretty good handling split screen multitasking between heavy apps, something most budget phones really hiccup in at this price point. And this is mostly due to the stock Android that Oukitel is running with like a more modern icon pack, but it's really stock Android, talking about pure vanilla, no bloatware apps at all. Very decent Android experience for those who love an Android pure vanilla one. As I said, the display for me is absolutely okay. It's a 5-point multi-touch display, very good, very deep blacks. It does get bright enough to view in sunlight, and the 18:9 or full screen aspect ratio really brings out the phone above the competition in this price point, because you can now have more display on a smaller body, and the display, although on paper looking really big, in your hand it doesn't feel larger than most 5.5 inches out there. So that couple that with the rounded corners on the back makes for actually very decent one-hand usage with the phone. And it gets very dim and very bright as well. As you can see, in direct sunlight you can still view everything on it. Don't expect excellent sunlight visibility, but at this budget price point I do think this is one of the finest displays you can get. Unfortunately, YouTube still doesn't have a lot of 18:9 content, but just viewing any good video on this phone is a very good media device, which you can get over 10 to 15 hours of media watching on this on a single charge. And by having a gyroscope you can view 360 videos and VR as well. The sound experience on the K5000 was actually very pleasing for me because of that lossless USB Type-C audio and removing the headphone jack, and the speakers actually sounded pretty good. Yes, but what about performance? Is this phone fast? Is what most of you are actually probably wondering. Well, first off is GPS. I couldn't get a good lock inside my house, but popping the phone outside, it locked instantaneously, so not excellent, but okay. GPS connectivity, the 4G LTE speeds were actually better than any $150 device I've tested recently. And due to benchmark, and all benchmarks are on par with the Snapdragon 430 and 435. It's an Octa-Core chip, but a budget one. So don't expect really high scores, but at least the storage, 64 gigs of onboard storage, is not slow at all. It's very decent for the price. And I said you get great battery life using the K5000, anywhere between 8 to 13 hours, and you can get around 6.5 hours, but just doing only gaming. That's right. So very good stats for late 2017 phone, and this is the battery life we actually seek as minimum these days, and at least Oukitel provide that, unlike other Chinese companies at this price point. But now let's talk about real life daily performance. As daily performance, as I said again, thanks to the very light stock Androids that Oukitel are using, phone actually runs very good opening, closing up, especially with multitasking. Because of the 4 gigs of RAM, you can have 15-16 apps open in the background and switch between them with no lag at all. The K5000 general performance is as good as anything you can get at $140–150. So this is not a slow phone at all. I think anybody who buys that looking for a decent daily driver will absolutely not be disappointed by the Oukitel K5000's performance in general. And next up we have a few words about gaming. Is the K5000 a good gaming phone? With that 18:9 full screen ratio, games really love to take advantage of it, and the K5000, because of the low resolution, does deliver okay gaming experience. Any light to moderate 3D game will run actually pretty good on the K5000, and even some heavy games will run with just a few frame drops here and there. So the K5000 is a very decent gaming phone at this budget price. But of course the K5000 is an older 28nm chip, so if you're doing more than 20 minutes of gaming, the phone will start to feel a little bit hot. But the thing is that the phone actually doesn't throttle, so you don't get reduced frames because of that. So it might get a little bit hot on the Mac, but you won't lose any performance. So this is a very good revision of the 6750T, or Oukitel have done something with the cooling and better efficiency with the chip itself. But what about cameras? It's nice for Oukitel to finally ditch those fake dual cameras and just put two good sensors in there. The back is a Sony IMX135 and the front is a Samsung ISOCELL camera. The main camera actually does pretty well when it comes to good and okay lighting condition shots. Even shooting it directly against the sun provides good dynamic range, plenty of detailed, mostly accurate colors, and less noise than most Chinese phones at this price point. It's not better than the Redmi 4X or the Redmi Note 4X, but it's not actually much worse than that. So it's a decent camera as a main camera at this price, and even the 2x optical zoom is okay. And as light goes down, the shutter speed gets slower. If you hold the phone steady and it's not like complete darkness outside, you will actually get a few decent low light shots with the phone as well. Video quality for me was a big surprise. This phone does have electronic image stabilization and it's almost as good as having an optical one, and you can check in the clip afterwards. So very stable video, not shaky, with good quality. I am running an early build of this camera software, and the front camera has a bit trouble focusing, but I've contacted Oukitel and they said that they will fix that with the next update. But you can definitely see that the camera quality is very decent when it comes to the front camera, but at the moment just a bit out of focus.
Of field effect that I really just can't place here.
The Oukitel K5000 really brings its A game when it comes to below $150. 18:9 full screen, great battery life, all the sensors you need, even a front facing flash, plenty of storage, plenty of RAM, and very low price. It's a bit heavy and thick for some of you out there, and it's still running that MT6750T, but again, this is due to the low price. I don't think anybody will be disappointed with the K5000 at this budget price point. You can buy the phone from the link in the description below. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to my channel for more honest hands-on reviews.
Stick around.